£4 back in this bit. You see, we live on Twitch again. We live on TikTok. Press subscribe if you're here. Press like if you're here. Put a W in the chat if you're here. But yeah, as y'all can see, we finna get into this video. Chill Dude explains secret account. You might be emotionally you might be emotionally numb and not know it.
Number 7.
A gang. If you put 20 roses in this bit, I'll hit. Somebody came in and dropped 25 roses and asked for one blinker. So you're gonna have to step up your game. Not gonna lie. And I don't even like telling y'all to gift. I'll never tell y'all to gift. I'll never tell y'all to donate y'all's money to me. But if you do, and demand a blinker, it better be more than 20 roses. Cause somebody spoiled me. First day, can't. Nigga put a mustache on me.
Let's get right into it. Number 7. You don't miss people anymore. You just forget to care. This one hits weirdly hard. You notice that someone hasn't texted you in a while and your reaction isn't sadness or anger. It's more like, huh. Then you go back to microwaving something you're not excited to eat. Emotional numbness doesn't just turn down the volume on your feelings. It mutes connection. You still love people. You just forget how to feel that love, or at least express it, or respond to it, or even notice when it's gone. This can seriously mess with your relationships. People might think you're cold, distant, uninterested, but inside, you want to care. You just feel like a robot pretending to be a person, hoping nobody notices you're out of emotional battery. It's not about not missing people. It's about not having the emotional signal to realize you're missing them in the first place. And yeah, that can be scary. But it's also common. Emotional numbness is a protective mechanism. Your brain is trying to keep you from breaking, even if it means putting everything you care about in a locked drawer. The good news, that drawer isn't gone. It's just stuck. And with the right support, therapy, connection, time, and maybe a well-placed existential crisis, you can get it open again. But for now, if you feel nothing when you know you should, if you love people but it feels like watching them from underwater, your brain might not be broken, just frozen. Basically,
and buddy that asked about the fry, you don't know shit, obviously. Go look at my YouTube.
You're not heartless. You're just on pause. Number 6. You're overthinking everything, but still feel nothing. Ah yes, the classic combo, emotional numbness and mental chaos. The lights are off in your emotional house, but your brain is still throwing a rave in the attic. You're not feeling much, but you're thinking constantly. Overanalyzing every text, questioning every choice, imagining every worst-case scenario like it's your part-time job. It's like your brain decided, if we're not gonna feel, then we're definitely gonna spiral. Ironically, overthinking is a common side effect of emotional numbness. When you can't connect to your emotions, you try to process things with logic alone. But spoiler, emotions don't like being left out of the party. So instead of clarity, you just get anxiety dressed in a lab coat. You start second-guessing friendships, wondering if you're a fraud, replaying awkward interactions from 7th grade. You get stuck in loops because your brain is searching for answers to questions. Your feelings are supposed to help you answer, but those feelings have left the chat. This can make you feel even more broken. Like, why am I thinking so much and still getting nothing out of it? Because thought feeling. Your brain is trying to do emotional algebra with no variables. Basically, it's like trying to fix a leaking faucet by rearranging the furniture. Effort? Yes. Results? Nope. Number 5. You feel tired, but not...
Hold on, chat. Let me see. Really good, Danny, Jojo. We watching. You might be emotionally numb and not even know it. We live on Twitch if you want to pull up. Blinker with me. Blinker. You good, twin? Twin, we just blinked that bitch twice. I'm so cooked. Blink all 3 cards. It's a vape. That's a yard. But this one's empty. It's the only filled one. My bad. This shit, Buns. I'm watching Demon Slayer. Alright, then fuck you, nigga.
Just sleepy tired. It's like your soul is sighing constantly, even when you haven't done anything. You could sleep for 10 hours, drink 3 coffees, and cancel all your plans, and still feel like you've just run an emotional marathon with ankle weights made of self-doubt. This isn't your average I stayed up too late doom-scrolling tired. This is existential fatigue, the kind that comes from being emotionally disengaged for too long. When your brain shuts off the emotional faucet to protect you, it also shuts off the energy that emotions give you. Even negative feelings like anger or anxiety have momentum. But numbness? Numbness is a beige void that eats motivation for breakfast. This leads to a fun little cycle. You feel nothing, so you do nothing, which makes you feel worse, so you continue doing nothing. And now it's 4 days later and you've eaten cereal for every meal and flinched at 17 unanswered texts. And yeah, maybe you feel a little guilty about it, but not enough to change anything. Because guilt is technically an emotion, and emotional numbness is like, nah, we're closed, try again later. So no, you're not just being lazy, you're emotionally unplugged, running on backup generators, and every task, no matter how small, feels like dragging a dead whale up a hill. Basically, your energy meter is broken, and all your spoons are in the dishwasher. Number 4, your reactions are delayed or just missing. Someone tells you devastating news, like their dog died, or they just went through a breakup, or they got kicked out of clown school, and you're sitting there thinking, oh no, how do I look sad again? It's not that you're heartless. You know what the appropriate emotional
I'm
response
not
should
gonna
be.
lie. I might be emotionally numb, bro. Like all these bitches is hidden. So I'm just sitting here. That's why I'm not reacting that much because these bitches low key is speaking. I'm like, I go through this every day. I've been known that though. Since freshman year of college, when I changed, I ain't been the same since, cuz.
But your internal emotional response system is about as responsive as a vending machine that just ate your dollar. You press the buttons, but nothing drops. That delay or complete lack of reaction is emotional numbness doing its thing. Your brain has filed your emotions into a bureaucratic nightmare of locked cabinets and missing keys. By the time you do feel something, the moment's passed, and now you're just weirdly crying at cereal commercials 6 days later. This isn't rare. People who experience trauma, chronic stress, or burnout often report this kind of emotional delay. It's like your emotional Wi-Fi is weak. The signal still exists, but it's glitchy, buffering, and sometimes gives up entirely. What's especially creepy is that your body might still react. Your heart races, your chest tightens, your hands get cold, but your face? Blank. Your voice? Flat. Your eyes? Staring into the emotional void. So if your reactions feel like they've been outsourced to someone who's constantly out of office, your brain may be quietly trying to protect you by cutting you off from. Basically, it's emotional dial-up in a fiber optic world. Number 3, you can't cry, even when you kinda want to. You ever watch something objectively heartbreaking, a funeral scene, a sad animal ad, your own bank statement, and just nothing? It's not that you don't care. You're aware that it's sad, but your tear ducts are like, nah, we're good. Meanwhile, your emotions are curled up somewhere inside you, wrapped in 47 weighted blankets and refusing to come out. This is one of the weirdest, creepiest parts of emotional numbness, the inability to cry. It's like your brain decided that feeling is too risky, so it hit the emotional lockdown button. And no, this isn't about being tough or stoic. This is your nervous system putting up floodgates that even Pixar can't break through. People often describe it as feeling detached from themselves, like they're watching life happen through a thick sheet of glass. In fact, that's the clinical word for it. Derealization or depersonalization, where everything feels unreal, including you. The worst part? The numbness can make you feel guilty for not feeling enough, like you're emotionally broken, or somehow faking it. You're not. You're just stuck in a frozen state your body thinks is safer than processing anything real. So if your emotions have gone full do not disturb, and even crying feels like a memory from another life, that's your brain waving a quiet little white flag. Number 2, you've mastered the art of autopilot living. Wake up, phone, work, eat, scroll, sleep, repeat. Your days blur together like a poorly edited montage. You're doing things, sure, but nothing feels done. You're performing life, not living it. Autopilot mode is your brain's go-to feature during emotional numbness. It keeps you functioning just enough to keep bills paid and dishes washed, but not enough to feel like a real human person. You might find yourself zoning out mid-conversation, forgetting how you even got to work, or staring at a wall for 45 minutes because starting a task feels like climbing Everest with wet socks. It's not laziness. It's not boredom. It's disconnection. Your brain has unplugged your emotional router and is
Y'all
now
want to see
running
me
on
hit
the
a water
lowest
bottle
setting of
blinker?
human experience. The real
Just
kicker?
fuck you
From
up.
the outside, you might look completely fine. Productive even. But inside, everything is gray static. Basically, you're a highly functioning zombie. And not the fun kind with dramatic backstories and eyeliner. Number 1, your hobbies are collecting dust. Remember when you used to be into stuff? Like, really into it? Drawing, hiking, baking, building tiny ships in bottles while pretending you were a 19th century sea captain? Yeah, where'd that person go? One major red flag of emotional numbness is losing interest in things you used to love. And no, we're not talking about growing out of a phase. This is different. This is when everything feels hollow, like you're doing things out of obligation, not enjoyment. Or worse, not doing anything at all because nothing feels worth doing. It's like your brain took your passions, shrink wrapped them, and shoved them in a drawer marked for later, maybe never. And when you do try to engage in them again, it feels like you're watching someone else do it through a window. Psychologists call this anhedonia, which sounds like a rare Italian cheese, but is actually the inability to feel pleasure. It's a common symptom in depression, burnout, PTSD, and, yep, emotional numbness. If your hobbies feel like chores, your chores feel like punishment, and your emotions feel like wet cardboard, congrats, your brain might be quietly buffering. Basically, you're living life on airplane mode. You're still moving, but nothing's really loading. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.
WVid, bro. Like, comment, subscribe.